Alright, hello. Back at it again for the Flatiron web development full stack program. I need to make a tutorial for the same application that I actually posted on this YouTube channel not too long ago. I did a walkthrough for it. It is my Rails web application. I did that on May, so it's been 3 months almost. 2 months, sorry. Same application, except we added a little bit of JavaScript. So, well, quite a bit of JavaScript, at least for me. So this is a Rails app, the Rails app I was just talking about, with a JQuery front end. So JQuery in this sense, and by the way, we cannot use remote true. So we had to do it without the magic. So we had to do a few things. We had to do index resource list of things. So basically, use the AJAX request to get a list of things through an index resource. We had to do an AJAX request and get a show resource, so a specific ID. We had to show the has-been relationship through a JSON object and use that in our app. We had to use a Rails API form to create a resource and render a response without a page address. Basically, use your current form that we have. I have a nested model form in my application, so you use that form, you grab that data, and then you post it on a page of your choosing. I chose to post it on the page where my form's at. Oh yeah, and all this has to be created. All the objects, all the JSON responses had to be transferred over to a JavaScript model object, which is these beautiful constructors right here. Class constructors with JavaScript, pretty awesome. This is the first time that, well, other than the lessons, this is the first time I've ever dove into actually using something, using basically JavaScript object-oriented programming, really is what it is, which is pretty nifty. So let's get to it. I'll just show the functionality because this is only supposed to be 5 minutes long and I'm already talking. It's already almost 3 minutes. Let's go with the first one, which is must render at least one index page. So what I did here is on my donor interface, by the way, this is a donation app, and I'm just going to assume that you have prior knowledge of it. Like I said, you can watch a video on it beforehand. You can always check all your donations. These are individual donations that you've made to a recipient. You donate $200 towards helping charities with toilet paper, dental hygiene, etc., etc. So this is just your donations as a user or as a donor, but let's say you want to see all the individual donations made on the website up to date currently. You click this button and without refreshing the page using AJAX, we pop up and we get a list of every donation that's been made on this website. Pretty cool. Funny, toilet paper is number 1 because that's the first thing on the list and that's the quickest thing for when I'm doing dummy data. But yeah, pretty cool. So that's grabbing the list of things through the index resource. That's through the categories index resource. Let's go back. Must render at least one show page, show resource, one specific thing via jQuery in an active model relationship. Active model serialization. So we need to make a serializer that would basically JSONify our data. And in this case, I wanted to do my show resource was going to be my recipient because a donor is going to have many recipients and it's fun to be able to funnel through those or flip through those recipients without going back to the donor interface. So you can come here to a personal page, and I put a note here because I didn't handle that functionality because we're going to go through all of it. So, you know, when going through recipients, please remember that you are still on the initial recipient's homepage. So when you edit and delete, you can't edit and delete the names I'm about to show you. You can only edit and delete the first name that you go through, the first name you clicked on at the donor interface. But anyway, here's the AJAX request to get the next recipient in your list of recipients. Boom. So you can fly through them like that. Very cool. And then you'll get back to your first one. Okay? Then you can keep going. So that is that. That's what I did for that one. I thought it'd be nifty to be able to flip through, and we learned that one of our labs, so it was easy to digest and put that in there. Let's see. Oh yeah. So, and the next one is the has many relationship. So we have a serializer for both categories and recipients. Okay. And the serializer helps you render JSON. You make a serializer that basically renders Rails objects into JSON. From JSON, you will come over here, put that JSON data through a class constructor, put that class constructor variable or whatever you're going to pass through here through your prototype, and that's going to format and append to the DOM. Okay. So just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, has many relationships. So has many recipients in the serializer, belongs to a category. So what we do is we come here and we go through the recipient and we find the category that is tied to the recipient. A category has many recipients. So in this case, we're going through the recipient though to find the category. Boom. And you can see that it's nested just to show you that we had to go through. See, it's nested, recipient, and then you go through the category, and then you go through whatever category you're actually going to go through. Okay? So that is my has many relationship portion. Already over 5 minutes. I always do this. Let's see. Last but not least, must use Rails API and form to create a resource. Like I talked about, you got to make a form. You have to use your current form that you built through Rails, but do an AJAX request for those input values and put them on a screen without refreshing the page. So what I did here is you can come here. This is all the same. So let's say we want to donate $200 because Joe Schmo and Casey Mo Male needs blankets. So usually what this did before I fixed this, well, I guess not fixed, to be honest with you, it's not really any need to do this. It seems like, yeah, it's just we fulfilled the requirement. I don't know if I would have done this if I was actually building a website and going to elaborate on it and keep going. But we had to, like I said, show this data from a form. So I'm inputting this data over here through Rails. And I'm going to grab that data through an AJAX post request and post it on my page. So instead of going back to the home page, which shows all the goodies we just saw, it's going to post right here, ID, Joe Schmo, Casey Mo. Okay? And just to show that it's not just blindly putting HTML down there and it's not saving it through the database. Everything's still fine. It's still going to be here. It's still going to be deletable, updatable, whatever you want to do. It's gone. So that's it. Just to show we were supposed to, like I briefly talked about, we didn't just want to render JSON and go ahead and build a bunch of scripts that post everything to the DOM. We wanted to make, dynamic, I guess would be the word, methods that could help down the line if we want to do other things, with using recipient and turning them into JavaScript object models, so we can basically have more freedom. And not only that, have more ability to fix, add on, or delete, and just continue to have this foundational structure that's going to allow us to do these things easily with these methods. These methods that are here are, like I said, I guess, I'm new to programming, but plug and play. These are plug and play methods. They allow us to plug and play and do different things, okay? Anyway, that is, in a nutshell, that's my web application. For the Flatiron Full Stack Web Development Program, this is my Rails app with the JQuery backend, or JQuery frontend, sorry, backend's done. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again. Bye.